Hello everybody, and welcome back to Space Engine. This is just a black hole from the black hole video, because I needed to grab random footage. And yeah, anyways, Space Engine, yeah, 101. I've been doing this series for like, what, 5 years now? I've only just reached 100. Yeah, I need to do more videos. Actually, with my new microphone, which I absolutely love, I've been just feeling really like I need to do more video stuff, like podcasty things. Because it's actually really nice to have a good quality microphone. This is odd. Ugh. Whoa. Black holes. So yeah, that's why I've been doing a lot more of the Let's Talk About videos. Which, don't know if people care about or even like, but whatever, they're fun to make. And they're kind of like the Space Engine, but I get to focus on one topic. However, I found the last one really difficult to make because, like, these ones are just like improv. There we go. So I can just, I can talk, I can stutter, I can trip over words. It doesn't matter. But with that one, I was trying to like follow kind of a set of things, like not a script, but like a timeline, and I kept screwing it up, and it was awful. So, but these ones I can usually do in one take, which is nice. I don't generally edit them. Unless I'm adding in pictures and stuff. Scorched desert. A lot of scorched deserts and other hot places. A hot ice giant. That still boggles my... Let's go to the scorched desert, because why not? Boop. A very warm location. What's its environment like? No life. Oh. The atmosphere is made of... That's actually a fair bit of water. Some ethane stuff. CO2, hydrogen sulfide, sulfur dioxide, ammonia. Cool. Um, this is a very complex atmosphere. It has a lot of carbon compounds. Carbon monoxide. Is that chlorine? No, Cl. It's chlorine. Anyways, argon. Wow, this is a very complex atmosphere for being lifeless. Then again, Titan has a complex atmosphere, but it might have life. We don't know. So, anyways, yeah, I have no recommendations. I'm just gonna faff about and talk about whatever. Business as usual. Go away. There we go. Let's check some of its moons. Scorched asteroid. Sounds like a fun place. Boop. Look at that. It's lovely. I've actually been doing a lot more video game stuff the last few days. I have an update. I need to, finish up and get out soon. Because when I first put my game up on Steam, I was like, I'm going to aim for April to get out of early access. And here we are in April, and it's not going to be leaving early access. Like, no. There is some major updates going to happen. Like the next update's going to have a lot of improvements. Like, a lot of improvements, a lot of tweaks, a lot of texture stuff, and even some new environments. So it won't be leaving early access, but there will be a lot of improvements when the next one rolls around. Man, I love this microphone because I can kind of like sit back from it while I talk. I'm still figuring out how to use it properly, but I think I pretty much got the settings right, so I can talk without you hearing me blow into the mic. Sometimes if I like, actually do blow on it, you can hear that, but for the most part I have the gain and everything tweaked so that I can sit back and not breathe into the mic while I talk. This is a really great mic. It's a Blue Yeti microphone. Because after doing a lot of research, I found that it was kind of like the gold standard for affordable, good quality desk microphones. And I was like, you know what? Alright. Because I can't buy anything over like $50 without doing extensive research into it, so... Ooh, life. This microphone's great, so I'm looking forward to that. And like, I got a camera for my airsoft stuff, which it's not going to be, like, the video quality isn't as good as my action camera, obviously, but it's much smaller, it can fit on my hat, and it also doesn't have an IR filter, which is important. Info. Mostly nitrogen, carbon monoxide, argon, helium, neon, and krypton. Fascinating. Mostly nitrogen, though. Actually, there's no oxygen. Well, there's carbon monoxide, but beyond that, there's no free oxygen or molecular oxygen. What's the life like here, then? Oh, it's exotic, that's why. I was about to say, it's like, are we having carbon-based life that's respirating something else. Then again, you can get carbon-based life that respirates hydrogen, I suppose, or theoretically like sulfur and whatnot. But that's interesting. I want more information. I want to know exactly what is its biochemistry. Ugh. This is a nice little planet, though. But anyways, back to the camera. It doesn't have an IR filter, which is really, really good, because it actually has like 6 infrared LEDs around it. So it has a quote-unquote night vision mode. So when I turn it on that mode, the infrared lights turn on, and you can't see it with your naked eye, but the camera picks it up, and it looks like you're looking at, with a very crappy flashlight kind of thing in the room. Like the 6 LED infrared bulbs aren't very good because they can't draw a lot of energy, obviously. Oh, look at that nice water. So I'm actually going to not use those bulbs. I'm not going to use the IR mode on the camera. But because it doesn't have an IR filter, so it can actually, pick up on that, I ordered a couple infrared LED flashlights off eBay, like really, really cheap ones. I think both of them altogether were like $4, free shipping. And oh boy, that free shipping, I can definitely feel it because it's been over a month. They haven't gotten here yet. But I don't care if they're low quality, just as long as they function, kind of thing. Because a lot of cameras have IR filters, because infrared light, cameras can generally pick them up, but you can't see it with your naked eye. So they'll like if you don't have an IR filter, it'll screw up the image a lot. But in this situation, there's no planets here. In this situation, the IR filter would be a bad thing, because I want to have I'm gonna do a lot of indoor airsoft, because the indoor field is actually very close to me, so I can actually go and do that without falling apart. And it's also a really fun field, and I love the people there. So, but indoor airsoft, obviously, it's very dark, as my last video showed. So I'm gonna be doing a infrared lighting, and that's so I can hide in the dark, and the camera will pick up, like, it'll look fine on the camera, but since the infrared light is outside our visual spectrum, I can hide in the dark and people can't see me. So that's gonna be great. So I have the camera, it goes on my hat, and I even got some Lexan. I'll make a little cover for it. And my rifle is actually getting upgraded right now. It was dropped off, I think, a couple weeks ago, so it'll probably be another week or two before I get it back. But I'm getting the hop up in the barrel, the inner barrel, upgraded. So next time I use it, it'll actually like have accuracy. Because in the last video, if you watched it, I don't know if anyone here actually did watch it, I had like no accuracy because the stock barrel and the stock hop up were terrible. But this time, next time I use it, I'll actually have a really good precision inner barrel, and the hop-up chamber I'm pretty sure is good. It seems to be it's a no-name brand version of a high-quality one, which is the exact same as the Action Army one. So it's basically, in terms of like design and specifications, it's the same as like an Action Army hop-up, which is like one of those really good ones that people on airsoft forums always say to buy, but it's a different brand, so I'm not sure. It's not cheap, and it's not crappy or poorly made. It is a good. I've done some research. It's a fairly good hop-up. So, but who knows? We'll see. If I need to upgrade a better one down the road, I can do that. They're not ultra expensive, but the point is, with the upgraded barrel and upgraded hop-up, even if it's a Metacore hop-up, it'll still be much better than the stock. So like that'll be a lot of fun. And then once I get it zeroed in, if I don't hit shots, then it's my fault entirely and not the gun. It's like the last video, I was able to blame... Oh. Is Space Engine gonna... Is it gonna crash? I think Space Engine's gonna crash. Oh, it crashed. Well, that was curious. I haven't had a Space Engine crash in a long time. Oh, we're back at the black hole now. Look at that. I actually don't know... No, well, OBS Studios wouldn't stop recording, so I'm pretty sure you got everything up to that crash. So we're just going to carry on then, I suppose. I was talking about my airsoft thing. Yeah, that's right, because like in my last video, I was able to play off a lot of my poor judgment, like a lot of like the bad plays on my gun, because the internals were terrible. But when I get it back, I won't be able to do that anymore, so... Because even if like the hop-up is you know, metacore and not like if it's not like, you know, an ultra good one, it's still much better than the standard, and it's the inner barrel is also a good quality like maple leaf precision barrel. So yeah, so when I get it back, if I am still playing bad, that's entirely my fault, not the guns. Oh well. Doing my research, the barrel anyways is really good, and the hop up is apparently pretty good. Still need to upgrade like the cylinder and the piston. Let's see here. Atmospheric. It's mostly carbon dioxide, oxygen, sulfur dioxide, complex carbon groups, hydrogen sulfide, more complex carbon groups, water. Is that propane? C3H8? Or is it C2H4 is propane? See, I always get these complex ethane groups mixed up, so I just tend to ignore them. But, god damn it. Oh well. What's the life on here? It's organic. That makes sense. There's a lot of organic compounds going on here. And oxygen. We have more oxygen in our atmosphere, but whatever. Wait, was it unicellular? Abiogenic. Unicellular, yeah, okay. Oh, also, in my last video, when I was trying to figure out, what was it? It was like, yeah, like the gravity of Venus. I completely did not see that it actually, like, you know, told me the gravity right here. And looking back in the video, I saw it and I was like, oh man, how did I not see it during? But yeah, apparently it's right here, gravity. So, yeah, I feel dumb, but whatever. Admitting you're wrong is not a bad thing. And I wasn't so much wrong, I was just not seeing it. So, like, I knew it was there, I just couldn't see it, despite it being in front of me because I'm an idiot or something. Anyways, carrying on. Oh yeah, the Falcon Heavy did its second launch recently. I didn't actually watch this one. I think, asleep or something, or not caring. But it apparently went well. All three boosters landed, but the center stage, they lost it in the ocean because a big wave booped the barge over, which is kind of sucks. But you know, they can improve the barge, I suppose. Closer to home in the space area, I'm gonna start getting my balloons ready for the summer. I'm actually gonna I'm gonna change the order of them because originally I was gonna do the star balloon first, which is like has the rotors and all that, and then you know the summer do the Rayon 1 balloon. But because spring's just happening all of a sudden, I'm gonna want to have the radiation balloon good to go sooner. So I'm actually going to put star on the back burner. I mean, like it'll be next in line, mind you, but I'm gonna get round one ready to go first, so that you know if a good storm comes about, I can launch it right away and hope I don't lose it. So that's kind of fun. I'm probably gonna do a separate channel for aerospace stuff, like the balloons and rocket stuff, and that's just because I have a bit of a brand thing going on that I'm trying to just kind of maintain, but. Yellow dwarf with 9 planets, one with life. That's familiar. Oh, it's way the hell over here. Oh, it's Ariel. Cool. Then actually in the rocket department, there's... This is a very bright planet. There's a lot of regulations involved with high-powered rockets. So I actually contacted the Canadian Rocket Association and asked them about, like, the laws and the regulations. Because to do like the big high-powered rockets, you have to do different levels, like level 1, 2, and 3, and I think 4. But they were mostly for like commercial motors or making your own motors that are solid propellant or hybrid. So I kind of asked them, it's like, where do experimental motors, like steam-based or thermal, like where do like non-combustible ones, where do they stand? And they got back to me and said that there's no I'm not gonna say no regulation, but no like permits or basically how was it put? It was like amateur experimental engines are kind of a frontier where it's like there's not a lot of regulation and rules around them. So I'm gonna contact Transport Canada and see what they have to say because a steam rocket by itself is completely unrestricted. But a peroxide rocket, I'm kind of curious as like how big could I make it before I start like bothering Transport Canada basically. And even no matter how big it is, I'm still gonna like get permissions and all that. Like the balloons, I contacted them and asked, and they'd let me know. Oh, look at that. CH4, H2. Well, I guess it's a nice giant, so of course. Organic, multicellular, and aerial. Oh. So we have flying beasties here, or giant jellyfish creatures, or gas bags, like Carl Sagan once talked about in Cosmos. Good series. I have it on disc. Carl Sagan. My two favorite episodes from that are Blues for Red Planet and Heaven and Hell. Although Traveler's Tales is also a really good one. If you haven't seen Carl Sagan's Cosmos, I highly recommend it. They're just great. Even just to have on in the background, Carl Sagan just makes great, just like, he's just great. Anyways, carrying on. What was I talking about? Alright, rockets. So that's a thing. I want to start building the second rocket. Because the first one I have is actually behind me right now. It's never actually flown. It theoretically takes G motors, like commercial G motors. And it's kind of like the largest rocket I can fly without a permit. It'll theoretically reach 3,000 feet. It's pretty standard. But I haven't flown it yet because I haven't found a place to fly it. However, when I find a place to fly it, I'm going to do that because I want to fly it. But I also want to start working on my next rocket, which will be a completely like in-house built one. Although I'm probably going to get like the body tube and all that from a supplier just for safety's sake. Because you can get like, oh okay, welcome. So like a high-powered rocket hobbyists will usually buy body tubes and stuff that are pre-made. Wow, this is cool. Because it's just generally easier and in a way safer to have like custom or like factory built body tubes because then you know they have certain like standards and they're not gonna like buckle and break on you. If I were to make my own body tubes, I would not trust them. So I'm probably gonna do that, but the actual engine is going to be. I'm at this point. I'm pretty much settled on peroxide monopropellant. So it'll be basically a steam engine, but it uses hydrogen peroxide instead of water. Although I do like the idea of a water steam rocket, but they don't have much. Less power. Whereas a peroxide engine has, again, far less power than a chemical rocket, but it's still a fair bit. And I actually want to. I just want to like play around with monopropellants and see what kind of performance I can get out of it. Because I could easily, just jump through the hoops and do hybrid rockets and make a sounding rocket that I know for sure can reach space. But that's no fun. I want to like, well, first off, I'm aiming for the mesosphere, not really space. But I want a rocket that's like unusual. So I want to see what kind of performance I can get out of peroxide rockets, and maybe do a multi-stage thing where it's a peroxide center stage and turbine first stage. I guess make really weird and interesting rockets. So that's kind of my plan. And since my financial situation has been a bit better this year, and actually my game surprisingly has actually made me money, which I didn't expect to do, but that's actually helped a lot too. So I can actually work on projects. It's great. I can pay my bills, I can put money away, and I can work on projects. I don't make a lot, mind you, so it's still slow going, but it's much better than like nothing at all. Wow, were we just here? Or is it a different one? No, this is. I think we were just here. It looks like this is the same planet. Yeah, I think we were just here, unless this is another just exact same planet. Those textures need work. But either way, so that's a lot of fun. So I have the balloons coming up this summer. The only sticking point for me will be trying to figure out helium, because I'm gonna have to rent a cylinder, and I don't know if I can just rent one and then have it on hand for a month, because with Rayon 1, I can't really plan on when it launches, it's gonna be completely spur of the moment. I can look ahead and tentatively plan for days where there's gonna be storm activity, but if that day comes and the storm either is not strong enough or the wind is incorrect, like there's a few factors I have to keep in. So yeah, it'll be a matter of basically being on call during the middle. I'm probably going to aim for July as the month where I'm going to try to do it, because that's when we have our strongest storms, is July and August. So that's when I'm hoping to launch Rayon 1, and I'm going to make sure that I have it good to go. Okay, we keep finding like the same class of planet. This is weird. It even looks the same. I'm spooked. You know what? Let's go to the other side of the galaxy. Because I'm concerned. Alright, other side of the galaxy. This planet cannot follow me. So like that'll be kind of fun. My dad will probably help with recovery because he's good about that kind of stuff, and he's also big into science. And he also lives like other side of the province, out east. So it just makes more sense. If not, it'll have things on it saying, you know, please call and or return to. But I need to get, right now, all I need to get is the data track, like the radiation tracker, and the GPS tracker. Because I have the camera, I have the parachute, and I'm actually going to remake the body tube, like the actual capsule, to get something better. But for the most part, I have everything, so. And the balloons are really easy to get. You can get them cheaply. Ah, subglacial. I would like to, there we go, info. Abiogenic, organic atmosphere. Has a very thin one. Very thin one. And it's a very complex atmosphere for being thin. Curious. Alright then, I think I'm going to leave it off there because we're at 22 minutes. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have ideas for things to talk about or to go to, please let me know in the comments below. If you like these videos, like, subscribe, comment, I don't know. If you don't like me, let me know in the comments below. I read everything, so why not? Beyond that, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and space.